shooting. It reminded us of a simpler time when athletes seemed to care more about the country than their own political beliefs. Let's flash back now to April 25th, 1967.
I'm not sure what he's doing out there. It looks like he's going to burn a flag, and Rick Monday runs and takes it away from him. And so Monday, I think a guy was going to set fire to the American flag. Can you imagine that?
You hear the voice. I think it's Vince Scully there. And let's welcome in New York Times bestselling author and presidential historian Craig Shirley to talk more about this. Craig, great to see you.
Good to see you, John. Thank you.
Full disclosure, this happened 3 years before I was born, but, you know, you grow up hearing about this story. You know, and it's so iconic. And I've heard Kurt Monday, we actually tried to book him for this. He wasn't available. I had to do it anyway because the anniversary is coming up here. But it tells a story about, you know, he thought about just, you know, tackling those guys, but he had the opportunity to save the American flag. They had doused it with gasoline. They were trying to, and you see the crowd standing up to cheer his actions now. Yes. And I wonder if a crowd would cheer if another player did something like that today.
I don't think so. Times have changed so much now in the last 50 years, John. I don't think you'd see a crowd react other than a woke crowd would react badly for the United States. So that it's just a different era. I remember when Rick Monday did that. I was 11 years old, but it was a Saturday game of the week, I think, on NBC. My brother and I used to watch it every Saturday, and I remember Rick Monday coming out of center field to steal the flag, and of course we were very happy about it. We were a conservative family. My father was very happy about it, but we knew a lot of liberals who weren't happy about it. This was the height of the Vietnam War. There were a lot of anti-war protests and a lot of communist-funded protests, and there was a lot of anti-Americanism that was going on in America in the 1960s.
Now, it kind of, you know, we're playing with history here, but if we could, hypothetical situation, it would be very interesting, Craig, to bring, like, you know, the NFL players of today to this crowd and have them kneel and see how the fans would react to that. I would love to be able to see that. Of course, we can't, but you can imagine they would probably boo.
They would most definitely boo. That was a patriotic crowd. We were a patriotic country in the 1960s. That has all changed now. We're no longer.
This was the year of the bicentennial of our, you know, our nation's founding here. And, you know, growing up, even though you know, it happened before I was born, we had a lot of bicentennial memorabilia in our household.
Right, yeah, I remember it too. I remember the tall ships in Boston and fireworks and flag displays, and there was a lot of cheer in the country in 1976 was during the bicentennial. This was something special, and it was something important, and it was something newsworthy, and it was something to be proud of. And those things no longer exist, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know, again, it's a long ways away. I mean, it's 55 years away, but you have to think about what's going to happen at the tricentennial. What is that going to look like? It's not probably going to look anything like the bicentennial.
No, it's unfortunate, very unfortunate. Yeah. This used to be a very, very special country. I'm not sure that's true anymore.
Yeah. Well, the good news is, though, Craig, we got time to turn things around with some education and some focus on our American values. So we hope for that. We'll always remain optimistic. Thanks so much, Craig.
You bet, John. Have a good weekend.
You too. All right, coming up, America is no longer a divided nation. It's really more of a shattered nation. We talked about this yesterday. So how can we bring it back together? Well, it starts with conversations and debates and more humility, maybe? Let's welcome in radio producer Dave Isay to talk about that next.